Here we are.
Okay, so
Random City Sports Points Leagues, yes, are interesting, and it's new to Yahoo,
Right.
and it's blowing my mind.
Yeah, because it's not the same as rotisserie.
It's not. It's like fantasy football for the Yahoo Points Leagues. It really
it's
is.
essentially like a DraftKings league.
I suppose, sure. It's just all about points, no matter what. So since you have specific positions you have to start in a points league, get the maximum points from each position that you can. Pay attention that you don't get minimized points in some position. I was looking at some of the drafts that some of the players had, and they're drafting as if they're still, I'll get stolen bases here. And it's like, yeah, but you're only going to get a few hundred points out of that guy.
Oh, so they're doing it like it is categories, or
Yeah.
like it is rotisserie.
Right.
Not
Because
like it's
a
points.
lot of people, I think, made that mistake. Because this is the first time Yahoo's ever done points leagues, so
That's why you accidentally got in one.
that's why I accidentally got in one.
All right, well, I'll know to watch for that.
Watch for it when you're clicking on your teams that you're selecting.
Uh-huh.
The selection is Yahoo Points, Yahoo Rotisserie, or Yahoo Categories, and you want head-to-head categories.
Head-to-head.
Head-to-head categories. But yeah, mistakes were made, and it worked out pretty well. We ended up with a good team.
Heck yeah.
So now here we are with third pick. Hopefully I get Aaron Judge, because this is a categories league, and I know how to draft the hell out of those.
Yes, you do. And
We know home runs, RBIs, army of pitchers.
You've done some practice on this.
I've done some practice, and I've done some tweaking, and I think we've got this.
If you only had some experience. I'm going to check on the doggy.
All right, check on them dogs. I'll be, this draft starts in 44 seconds, so home runs, RBIs, army of pitchers, focused on strikeouts, wins, gonna get some saves, ERA and whip will be looked at. Let's have some fun, fellas. Let's have some fun. We launch in 30 seconds. I'm hoping they let Aaron Judge get to me. If they let Aaron Judge get to me, then all of a sudden my team is coming together, barring injury. We know that it's very early to be drafting right now, but I don't care. I'm drafting, and I'm happy about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding! First pick was Bobby Witt.
Really?
That leaves me Ohtani or Judge. So I'm happy now. Ohtani, and so I'm taking Judge. And
All is well with the world.
that makes it all good, man. I am so happy to have gotten third pick. It's difficult in the lower picks, but not bad. Not bad. I've sorted it out through the later rounds of the draft. And I think I've got the strategy down for this. There goes Ellie Dela Cruz with the number 4, which, hey. If it was a points league, that's a guy you want. Ellie Dela Cruz, a lot of points. Because stolen bases, that's good points, man. And on the pitchers, wins and saves both count for the same amount of points. So, there goes Soto, and Ramirez, and Henderson.
Are there holds?
I didn't see holds, no.
Okay.
I don't think there's holds. I mean, I can take a look at it.
Well, you don't have to.
But yeah, there went Gunnar Henderson, which, let's do a look at relief pitchers. There's innings, wins, saves, outs, hits, earned runs, walks, hit by pitch, and strikeouts.
Don't see holds on there.
Now holds on there. Lindor and Guerrero. Somebody's not feeling great about Mookie Betts.
Huh. Why not?
I don't know. Must be that injury last year.
He just plays too many positions. He'll bring you down.
Well, I mean, he did miss a lot of last season. There goes Tucker, though. If you're worried about injuries, Tucker was injured for like half the season last year.
Agreed. And now
There goes Betts.
Now he's a Cub.
Nah, he's a Cub. That's definitely changing things for me, I'll tell you that. But
Well, you didn't draft him last year.
no, I didn't.
You're not drafting him this year.
Not this way. Hell
So
no.
It didn't really change anything.
Didn't change a damn thing. You know who else I'm not drafting is Julio Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah?
I am not.
Oh, you're taking Corbin Carroll, though, aren't you?
I am not.
You're going to grab up Freddie Freeman when he gets
I
fit?
am certainly not grabbing Freddie
No?
Freeman. Call me a fool if you will.
Well,
I may be wrong.
he had
I
off
may be crazy.
he had off-season surgery, so there's always that wild card. He may or may not be ready for opening day. Got to be suspicious when they're might not be ready for opening day.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. He's been hitting, but he isn't running yet.
I'm grabbing a beer.
Well, that's a deep subject.
I'm having a beer.
Well, I'm gonna have a beer too. I'm a copycat.
There went Paul Skeens after Corbin Carroll. We were just talking about Carroll, but Skeens, I tell you, I've learned something here that we've done in the past is draft our first pitcher too early. You miss out on so many bats. You need that one extra bat. Because you remember our numbers are 850 for runs, 300 for home runs, 900 for RBIs. You can't really get that if you take a pitcher in the first or second round.
It's harder.
It's harder. So there goes Trey Turner
remember,
and Devers.
I mean, I know it was a mock draft, but I did actually get Skeens in the second round. We still got over 300 home runs, and I guess I was just a tad under on RBIs. Of course, it was a mock draft.
Well, if you're under on any of them,
then you're screwed.
well, you're not really screwed, but you're not getting what we were talking about.
Well, and also, I mean, that's your best. You know, you get guys hurt, you probably aren't getting that. You know, I mean, hopefully every guy on your team gets a career year,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and you smash those numbers. But realistically, you don't really get the numbers you see unless all of your people don't get hurt, which is laughable.
And don't get me wrong, you know how I feel about Skeens. I was all about him every year last year.
Yeah.
All about
But
Skeens.
now you're like, I ain't drafting him.
Not first round, I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you for first round. No, I guess I would make that challenge that if it got around to you in the second round, do you still avoid him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm putting together a different pitching staff. I don't
Right.
have that.
Because
Remember, I
you're-
used to have the pocket aces mentality where I would do first and second round a pitcher and take the top two.
Yeah.
Man, that burned me a few times. I'm beyond that now. You know, we know that this army of pitchers plus the home runs, RBIs is working.
Yeah.
We proved that.
And the problem with the top echelon pitchers is that a decent percentage of them still fail each year.
The return on investment might not be there. Exactly. But with batters, the return on investment is there. Excuse me. Wow, we both got a cough tonight. That'll have to be all right. I'll just sit here and choke on the freaking air.
Apparently I
Bryce
will too.
Harper, Tatis, Churio. See, I'm avoiding Tatis too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
because he's not on the juice.
You got to have him in the first two rounds, and I just don't see the return on investment.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest. I don't see anybody on this list right here that I'm drafting.
Well, we haven't scrolled down.
Oh.
Watch what happens when we scroll down.
Okay.
We're
Well,
taking Matt Olson right there.
Well, I would take Matt Olson. I didn't realize he was a choice.
Well, we reached, 4 picks early for that? So, who cares? 4 picks? What's the difference?
Yeah, I like some Matt Olson. I mean, you think about it. Even if he gets his numbers last year, he doesn't suck. But we're looking for year before last.
See, and there I'm looking at either Schwarber or Alonso, likely Schwarber. You know why? Because he always gets his numbers.
Yeah, and Alonso
His floor is 38 home runs.
And Alonso hasn't signed yet. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to sign.
I think he's gonna.
But wherever he get, what if he went to the freaking Mariners? Then
Oh,
what are you gonna
God.
do?
If he goes to the Mariners, you might as well check the hell out.
So,
That cuts his home runs down to like 32, 30.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that's where he's going.
No, not a chance.
But,
And look, it took Schwarber on me.
oh,
So now I got to violate myself and be looking at Alonso.
don't violate yourself.
I have to violate myself, bro. Because there is no one else here who fits the mold of what we're building.
Okay.
You can see, well, Ketel Marte does. Ketel Marte does.
Upper
But
echelon,
I've
second
been looking at,
baseman.
here, look at his numbers. 36 last year, right? 95, 93. He fits the mold. But I've been looking at late round second base players like Colt Keith,
Okay.
Morel.
Yeah.
You know, these are guys that are going to get 20. But Ketel Marte, man, it's good numbers. It's just Alonso. Alonso's floor is what he had last year. 91 runs, 34 home runs, 88 RBIs.
Yeah.
And I think he's going back to the Mets.
Yeah. Well, don't get him too often, but.
Well, yeah, he's a top 3 pick, so I'm definitely, first 3 rounds, I'm not taking more than half my teams with that. Definitely not more than half.
Okay.
Probably no more than, since I'm probably going to have like 8, maybe 9 teams, I'm looking at maybe 3 teams will have Alonso. That'd be my maximum on Alonso.
Okay.
But, I mean, here we are. We've already filled in one of our utility spots with Alonso. So, kind of hamstringed myself a little bit there. And a lot of,
Sort of. But, I mean, the Ohtani factor teaches me that it makes no difference.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, flexibility would be nice in the utility spot.
Sure.
But it's not necessary.
It's not, especially since we're only doing one bench bat.
Yeah.
With only one bench bat, why do I care? I'm going to make my bench bat, most likely, my bench bat is going to be a outfielder because that covers 3 positions.
Okay. Makes sense.
So Seager, Riley, Chisholm. I like Chisholm this year too. It's just he doesn't fit into my draft strategy because of where he's drafted.
Okay.
Because obviously I could have had him if I wanted him.
Now, does he qualify at second and third?
Chisholm, I think, here, let me check. I think he's just stuck at third. Third and outfield.
Third and outfield, okay.
Now, we've got 3 bats to start with, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can start looking at our pitchers now. All right, this is the spot where I start looking at pitchers is this 4th round. But since we're 3rd pick, our 4th and 5th round could end up being pitchers, both of them.
No, wait a minute. So you got Olsen and you got Alonso. Who's the
Yes.
3rd guy?
Judge.
Ah. Judge.
See, my home runs are already over 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's assuming Olsen does what he did last year, which I don't see him slumping out a season like that again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the Braves last season. They were snake bit. And they had injuries, but Riley had just started to come on.
Riley was playing well, yep.
But he had been awful.
Chris Sale, what the hell was with Chris Sale last year? What an amazing season.
Yeah, it was. I didn't see that coming.
So they're with Wheeler, Snell, Altuve. I'm still not drafting Altuve. I get the 20 home runs he gets out of Colt Keith.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you don't care about batting average.
No, I don't.
And he doesn't steal bases like he used to, even though you're not a stolen base guy either. So
neither one of those things factor into my draft. Right now, my total on stolen bases is something like 3, and all of them from Judge. I mean, seriously.
Right. Yeah, you're not
Class
paying
A.
proper attention to your stolen bases.
The Class A is always going in this 4th round.
Interesting.
It's too early for me to take relievers.
Well, if you knew what they were going to do, it wouldn't be.
If I knew what they were going to do, yeah.
But since we figured out that 50% of the top 10 relief pitchers last year had not top 10 rounds.
Some of them didn't even keep closing.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that.
And that's one I worry about. I've been taking in the mock drafts, I've been taking Robert Suarez. Corbin Burns, that's a good pick there. I've been taking Robert Suarez, and I worry that he's going to keep that job and that Jason Adam is going to take it over.
Okay.
That's a concern. So if I'm taking Suarez, I'm looking at Adam later on.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I'm taking Adam later on. I'm just saying I'm looking at him.
I understand this. Depends on how your closers play out.
It depends on how my closers play out. Okay, so do you remember we were talking about George from last year's league? He's
Yes.
in this league. He goes under the name Double Play Trouble.
Yeah.
He's going to be looking for Shota Imanaga in round 6.
Well, snatch him away before he can get him, so he can wreck his team.
My 4th and 5th, and then he gets to come around, and he'll have him in the 6th before it gets back to me.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
So either that, or I have to take him with these next 2 picks, which depends on what pitchers get back to me. I'm not going to take Garrett Crochet. I don't hate Dylan Cease, though. You know, and if we look, you take a look at some of these bats that are available right here in these couple of rounds. Teoscar Hernandez is the best of them.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course, I like some Hernandez.
As do I, considering he stayed in the freaking same spot.
Yeah.
But
you look.
If I'm getting pitchers right here, then I can't Teoscar Hernandez. And I still like Brent Rooker. I like Anthony Santander.
Okay.
And either one of those can be had cheaper than Hernandez.
Okay. And Hernandez may have had a career year last year. You know, he may not be able to quite match those numbers again. He'd been on the slide, and then he was rejuvenated with the Dodgers. But, you know, does he keep it up? I don't know.
Where'd you put your beer? You didn't grab it out yet, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
I meant to.
Okay. Well, let me clear you a spot right here for you to set it down, because I'm sitting here. My phone is right there in your way.
Well, that's okay. It's exciting stuff. And
There. My phone is now over here. You're in business, my friend.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, Logan Gilbert, not going to be on my team. That's okay. I'll take Chris Sale all day, though.
Okay. I would thought that you would be suspicious of Chris Sale.
Feeling good about Chris Sale in this. See, there went Hernandez. I couldn't have had him anyway. See, we were talking about it for nothing.
Well, we're just speculating.
And now I can have Cease or Michael King as my second pitcher.
Wow. Huh.
No guarantees that one of them will be, but
one,
there's a good chance one of those two is my second pitcher. Especially with that fella taking Devin Williams. On the closer front, Clay Holmes is off to the Mets, dude.
Right, but isn't he going to be starting?
But everybody's leaving him alone.
As a starter?
Nobody is touching him, man. You can get him in the 23rd round.
Okay, well, I think I might have to do that.
So I've actually been grabbing him in the 23rd round. I grabbed him in the that points league that I accidentally signed up for. I grabbed him in there, and that I want to say was the 22nd or 23rd round.
Okay.
And did I show you one of my other guys I picked up for reliever was Nick Martinez, who's actually a starter, right? But he's got the eligibility. So in a points league now, I can move him around, and then I've got 3 other closers.
Okay.
So I've got a lot of fluidity with that lineup.
Who's your closers?
Robert Suarez.
Okay.
Actually, we can take a look. I got 2 picks till my turn. It'll announce to me. Let's see what my team looks like. Clay Holmes, Nick Martinez. There's Estevez, yep.
Okay.
And Holton is not a closer, but he's a great reliever.
Yeah, I liked Holton last season.
Yeah, I did too.
Got a handful of saves, but he was definitely shut down pitcher last season.
He's a good pitcher. I mean, because wins and saves count for the same amount, and he had some wins last year too.
True.
There goes Hader. He's one that will probably be closing at the end of the season.
Yeah. I mean,
we know Devin Williams will if he doesn't break his back again.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he can.
How often do you break your back?
Hopefully not very often.
These fellas are going to fool around and give me Dylan Cease.
Well, I think you can live with that.
I need to take a look and make sure that I need to be able to get one of these guys.
Okay.
Rooker or Santander. And people are chasing power right now.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I could do here, knowing that we're only in the 5th round, I can grab one of them knowing what pitchers are coming up. Here, watch this, what pitchers are coming up. You ready for this? Look at this. We've got Valdez, Imanaga, Webb, Castillo, Bibby, Schwellenbach, Peralta, Obert, Bryce Miller, Sonny Gray.
Okay.
There's a just a whole slew of pitchers you can grab later on, too.
Well, what do you know?
But they fooled around and gave me Dylan Cease.
So, makes it a no-brainer.
Makes it a no-brainer. And now watch for George. I'm telling you, in the next round, he's going to be taking. Wait, who is that pitcher? The pitcher I said. Imanaga. Yes, that's the one. He's taken Imanaga in the 6th round. He will not wait for him to get back. Every team he's got so far has Imanaga. I looked at the draft recaps, and he's gotten him in the 6th round each time. He's definitely taken him in the 6th round this time. So, I mean, I'm into Imanaga. I like him.
But you're not into bad teams.
I like having Chris Sale and Dylan Cease right now, too.
Right. Yeah, I could see it as the old 1-2 punch, and then you still got those 3 spectacular bats to go with those guys.
Well, and here's some other stuff. Second base, end of the draft. Catcher, I can get end of draft on that. Jonah Heim or something.
Yeah.
Third base, I could do Vientos. Here, take a look at third baseman.
All right, let's check it out.
There's Vientos I can get in a couple of rounds, or I can wait all the way on Chapman, or Junior Caminero, or Jake Berger.
Yeah.
You seeing this? I don't know about Muncy coming back from the injury. But there's plenty for me here. Plenty of power, especially all the way down to Jake Berger.
Yeah, I sort of like Berger also.
Right. So now I've got second base wait, catcher wait, third base wait a couple more rounds. Shortstop can be Dansby Swanson, Jeremy Pena. That's 16th round.
Yeah.
So my outfielders is where I need to fill in if I'm getting bats.
Okay.
Now there's some guys in the outfield that I can also wait on, but these are looking at. We're talking about Tyler O'Neill, right? Taylor Ward. Either one of these guys are cheap power. Okay. Ward had what, 25 last year? Where'd he go?
There.
Ward had 25 last year. O'Neill had what, 30? 31. You know, not great RBIs, but victim of the system.
Yeah.
But plenty of power later too. Brett Rooker and Marcelo Zuna just went. So what I do want to get though, I want to get Santander.
Okay.
And after that, I can take one of those other fellows later. I can focus on pitching, and then I've got my wicked army of pitchers.
That's a pretty good start on your wicked army.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cease and Sale.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. It's a shame they took Rooker and then Ozuna. That's about the right time to take him, too. That really is. Wasn't it nice getting Ozuna in the 10th, 11th round last year?
Yes.
That was nice. And Rooker in the 23rd round. Nobody
Yes.
believed in Rooker last year. I stole him in every league.
Yeah. Yep. And Rooker was what, a top? It was wasn't he first round at the end of the season?
First round? What do you mean?
Oh
yeah, he was definitely someone that you had taken him in the first round. You would have been happy. I mean, I'm just saying. Imagine taking Rooker over Tatis.
Yeah.
Or Strider or Cole.
Right.
I mean,
of course, part of the beauty was how late you got him. It was
the beauty.
A free upper round pick.
And they're recognizing that the first basemen are all freaking tapped out. They're taking Christian Walker in the 6th.
Okay.
But wait. Oh, yeah, he takes Iglesias too. So I told you he's going to get Imanaga on the way back.
Iglesias.
Isn't Iglesias eventually going to hit the wall, though? I mean, what's he got left? I don't know.
He had a good season
Goes Valdez.
last season. I mean, I guess everybody's going to hit the wall someday.
Yeah. Now, I'm hoping that the run I just did on pitchers with the back-to-back pitchers is causing other people to go run after pitchers. But we do know that there's just so many here.
Yeah, I mean, I like King. I like Kirby.
Here, check this out. O'Neill Cruz. O'Neill Cruz with his 21 home runs, 22 stolen bases. My friend, that is... The stolen bases are better than Christopher Morel, but that's it.
Right.
That's it. And I don't care about stolen bases. That's not my gig. That is not how I play this. There went Santander. So there went my other outfield chunk of power.
Okay.
But remember I told you we got those other guys.
You're right. So
There's
you're
other
not-
sources of power.
You're not in a free fall now.
No, there's no panic mode or anything. Brian Reynolds is a fine one to have. Lawrence Butler may put up better numbers than what they're showing there with the 21. Last year he had 22 in 412 innings. He's primed to get more at bats. But Brian Reynolds sitting right here, and I don't know. We were talking about Tyler O'Neill and Taylor Ward.
Hey, don't be afraid of Adolis Garcia.
There's O'Neill, and there's Taylor Ward. That's so far down. Yeah, Adolis Garcia, exactly.
I mean, even if he doesn't rebound to what he was doing the previous 2 and 3 years ago.
Adolis Garcia. Last year was a fine season for him.
Right, but he didn't match up to what he had been doing.
No, his 2023 was a whole lot better.
But still, I mean,
we get that.
For an army of where you're getting your power, I don't see how you go wrong with Garcia.
You're going after power, man. What'd you lose?
Apparently my beard.
What? Did you bring it in? Because I don't see anything over here. Yeah, you might have left your beer in the car, man.
No, I didn't.
Hey, look, George took Shota Imanaga.
I forgot I let the dogs out as soon as I got in.
Who could have seen that? George taking Imanaga.
Really? Wow.
I'll bet you $1,000 if I'm in another league with George, Imanaga is his 6th round pick. He's got this thing that he won't change up.
And I don't understand it, considering that didn't how many leagues did he do last season?
Last year I looked over it. He was in 50 leagues last year. 50.
And I think he made the playoffs in 1?
13.
13.
13 out of 50, and the highest finish he had was 3rd place only once.
So yeah, I'm not sure I'll be trying to repeat that again this season, but
yeah, I'm not sure what he's got going on there, man.
But he seems to be very confident about whatever formula he's got going on.
Whatever he's liking about it. See, now I like George Kirby too. His production, I would like to see him at more of a 1 strikeout per inning, not below 1 per inning.
Now, I agree. I agree with that if you're carrying 5 or 6 pitchers.
Yeah.
That he's not one of those guys that you can rely on for the upper echelon strikeouts.
Yeah.
But for an army of pitchers, that's not bad.
Oh, well, he's got good 3.53 and 1.07.
Exactly. And then he doesn't suck it.
And I'm not taking Lopez because the guys that are around here are just a little better.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you.
So it's Kirby, it's not Nola, it could be Webb, could be Castillo. It shouldn't get all the way to Tanner Bibby until the next round. And then what do we got going on? Where's Vientos? There he is. But anyways, I think we take Kirby.
I think that was a good pick.
So now we're 3 starting pitchers in and 3 bats. This is I'm liking it.
Well, I'm glad because
I'm glad you're glad. In fact, I'm happy that you're happy.
I want Simeon.
I don't want Simeon. 100% correct.
Because you don't get him.
Oh. Well, good. I didn't want him. He makes me want to scream at people.
Yeah, I believe Simeon has peaked.
Look at this. They're projecting Mike Trout. I think they think he'll play a whole season or something.
Nah.
It's weird.
I mean, is he just going to play DH?
I don't know what the plan is. I mean, he's bound to get hurt, right?
Well, I mean, if the last, 7 or 8 seasons is any indication?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, did I tell you? I was reading a story. Was it a news or was it a video? Either way, the guy was talking about Eugenio Suarez.
Okay.
He was like, okay, I think we all need to know what we're getting with Eugenio Suarez. And then he talked about how in the first half he has no production, and in the second half he gets like 22, 25 home runs in the second half.
Right.
And he said it's happened 7 of the last 8 seasons. And I'm like, yep.
So that's why you don't actually draft him.
You don't draft him. You wait for someone else to cut him.
Yes. And
someone else will cut him.
And it is difficult to sit on him for a half a season while he's second.
Oh, God, it is.
So, yeah, just skip to the end where you pick him up and he goes off.
Yeah, I'll pick him up, I don't know, June 15th.
There you go.
We'll make it a plan. Picking him up June 15th. Okay, so none of them are in love with Jacob deGrom.
Well, I'm not in love with Jacob deGrom.
I'm not either. But I like Tanner Bibby.
Yeah.
I think you know how I feel about Tanner Bibby.
Yeah. Mr. Innings, Mr. Webb.
Where's that Elise Garcia?
I
He can't be down this low.
don't think so.
I'm going to take a look at where the outfielders are at. Did someone take out Elise Garcia? No, he's way down here.
Yeah, so I don't get it.
All right, well, I'm still going to wait a while. I
Yeah.
got time. I'm taking Bibby right now.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
All right, we had 3 bats, 4 great pitchers. my 4th pitcher is Bibby. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's working out nice. I'm going to rack up some strikeouts, plenty of innings, some wins.
Yeah, now all of a sudden that not a strikeout an inning from Kirby just doesn't kill you.
It changes it, right? Because these are all guys, they're going to get a lot of innings, every one of them. Every single one of those guys is capable of 180 innings. Every single one of them.
Agreed.
And that's,
And
volume.
And if you've got a injury in there, it could have been the same with any of the other pitchers as well.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. The next pick, though, I'm going to have to look at bats. That's a requirement. We'll just have to see what they've left me in the outfield. Plenty. I'll have an outfielder next round.
Okay.
Regardless of what pitchers are available. I wonder if George took another pitcher. I want to take a look at his team. What does he call himself? Double play trouble. Diaz, every league. Langford, every league. Alvarez. I've looked at his leagues for this year's draft, and this is identical.
And I guess I don't understand. I mean, it's almost the challenge seems to be more about getting every guy that he wants than it is about.
Well,
I mean, why
right.
would you take Diaz that early?
And what is Langford doing for you? Are you focusing on any one thing here? Yeah, what is Diaz doing you that Jonah Heim can't do if you get him at the end?
I don't know. I mean, I see that 296 batting average, but then look at Lindor at 267 and Langford at 263.
Yeah, but I don't care about batting average. George, you can win batting average every week, pal.
I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing.
I don't know.
You know, maybe
I don't know.
Maybe he's got a formula for the number of categories what he wants to have, and he thinks he's assembled.
He reminds me of myself about 5 years ago before we started figuring this out. You know, I didn't know exactly what I should be going after. I was building balanced teams with big names. Not so focused on the numbers that I should have been. DeGrom went 85th. Look at how long that waited. Cal Raleigh went right after him. Yeah, Raleigh, that was a nice one to grab last year. He had over 30 home runs last year.
Right. If he can sustain that, he's an excellent.
Yeah, is he going to do it again? Exactly. That's the question.
He's done it 2 years running, but he came out of nowhere 2 seasons ago.
So yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to
He's a
players.
Seattle catcher, so what would he be hitting if he was with somebody else?
Yeah, stick him in. I don't know what's a good short. Stick him in Yankee Stadium, or how about with Boston, dude?
Yeah.
Throw him in Boston. Jesus. And that's my beef on Adames this year. Still gonna have good numbers, but he can't repeat last year because he's in San Fran. You know, he just can't do it. Bichette, Chapman.
There's Bryce Miller.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, what was I saying at third base? Jake Berger. Let's put him up.
Yeah, I don't want to forget about.
And outfield.
There's Reynolds.
Yeah, this all looks good.
Now, to me, Brian Reynolds is not sexy.
No, but
mean,
you know what?
He gets his home runs
I don't
just
know.
enough.
It makes you
He
wonder
gets
why does he
just
go that
enough
quick?
RBIs. You know, okay batting average. I mean, I don't know what it is about him, but and I had him last season in a couple of leagues. He's just like he's like your outfield journeyman or something.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Huh.
But I think you're not going to get that breakout season from him. I think he's going to be what he is.
All right, looks like his knee injury, he's progressing nicely, so there you go. All right, where were we at? What was I talking about?
Your next picks, you had Berger that you queued up. You got Garcia that you were looking at.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that no matter what, it's a bat.
I have to have a bat here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could load up on these mid-round pitching, but there's pitchers later. Ronaldo Lopez, Ronel Blanco. These guys are coming in 10 rounds before they come off the board.
So nobody believes in Lopez this year?
Right, I know. Dude, let me show you his draft position. You're going to freaking hate this. Watch this. Yeah, I got time. 150.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
put it to memory, my friend.
Yeah. So
We'll just take Berger now.
What, is it the whip?
I don't know.
Because that 2.73 ERA, that's just not cutting it.
I don't know what people don't like about him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a surprise.
I mean, what, 5 more rounds?
Yeah, but-
I'll take him in 5 rounds.
But people are drafting Michael King this season. But
Yes.
you're still not going to draft Lopez. So I don't know. And I know he lost a little gas down the stretch, but
Yeah, but he's young.
And he was a relief pitcher.
Yeah.
Before that, so I don't.
No, they're doing conditioning on him.
He's
You know
a
they are.
safe bet that late.
They're picking up his conditioning, and you know they are. That's what I like about it. All right, now I'm going to look here. All right, this is my next trip back to me, okay? So, can Adolis Garcia get all the way back to me? That's a tough one, man.
It's iffy.
That is a tough one. That's a tough one. But did you see what I got here late for outfield? Check this out. All right, if we keep going. There's Adolis Garcia. I saw Tyler O'Neill and Taylor Ward, right?
Right.
Cheap power there. Kerry Carpenter.
Okay.
These are some guys I'd be happy to grab late and have them put in my starting lineup.
As like a last outfielder or utility guy.
Yeah, exactly. They're fine to me. It's taking a risk, but I think they're good for it, man. I think they're good for it. All right, but I did get my bat. I got my burger. So I may take another picture right here.
Well.
That'd be suicide.
Oh yeah, suicide, huh?
I could take Sonny Gray. Look at that.
Yeah.
I could take Peralta.
There's so many good pitchers.
Lopez is still hanging out. Nola is still hanging out. Hunter Brown is sitting right there in my face. But I'm going to take the early grab. That's a risky one, man. Just about rather have Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, Mr.
Gives
Consistency.
me my second outfielder. Yeah, we'll take our second outfielder. Okay. And now we are at 4 pitchers with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bats.
Okay.
So that's good balance on that aspect, and I can go either direction now. Knowing the guys I have later on that I can pick up, I've got plenty of later round bats that I can grab for cheap power. So now we're back to pitching.
Okay. Well, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I like Freddie Peralta. I like Bailey Ober.
Oh, they're not going to get back to me.
Okay. Well, how about Gallen from the Arizona?
No, this is what's getting back to me down here.
Okay.
So I'm looking at probably a relief pitcher or Steele.
So
I like
Senga?
Justin Steele. Rodon in New
No.
York. Come on, right? There's Wu. I like Brian Wu.
Yeah. He's
I had
pleased.
Jared Jones last year. Man, he was great in the first half.
Ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think he hit that freaking wall. You know, rookies hit a wall. And here's Flaherty, dude. I am not letting Flaherty not be on my team. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff I can do here. So let's see what they let get back to me. They're over here taking Bailey Ober, 103rd. It's kind of late. There's some good players in this league. There's a lot of people platinum above. George is ranked at 704, so he's just above gold.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he's on the edge of falling down to bronze or whatever. What's after
Silver, right?
silver? That's right. I'd like to see him improve. Let's see what he's done with his team so far. Okay, Bryce Miller's a good pickup right there. And then he took Justin Steele. Okay, he's doing it right, man. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with his bats, but he's getting good pitching.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he cares about strikeouts, though, because he's not getting many. Good ERA and whip, though. But I've said it before, and those are difficult because they're so fluid.
So how many starting pitchers does he end up with his draft strategy?
I think he's going to have 2 bench bats, from what I remember this year. It might be 3. He's not down to 1 yet.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, it feels like myself when I was back 5 years ago. You know, I was making the playoffs here and there, and that's what he's doing right now.
Okay.
And he's going to figure it out. I'm sure he will. He'll figure out his own strategy. Maybe he's got some kind of army of closers strategy he'll try before he finally figures it out.
I guess,
By the way, don't get an army of closers.
but what I guess I find myself doubting is getting the same guys in 50 leagues.
Right?
I mean, I guess you could have that one magic year and you got 50 first places. But, but I'm thinking that that's part of the Achilles in that is that any injury affects every team you got.
Right. Every team you've got, man. That just talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Lose one guy off every team that you were really counting on.
So much that you were drafting him early in many cases here, it looks like.
And that's why you just can't do that. You can't build a team like that. You know? You just can't do it. Yeah.
Well, even if he did end up with the 50 first places, I don't see how he could count on doing that again the next season.
If he could get 50 first places, man, I need him to tell me what his damn strategy was. That's all I'm saying. I need to know what you did, bro.
How did you crunch those numbers and come up with that
Yeah.
dream team that you could get over and over and over?
Right,
again?
but there's that guy who used our draft strategy, and he like made all the playoffs but one, and out of that it was like 10 out of 12 were in the championship game or something like that, because he had so many first and second place because he was streaming his pitchers along with doing our Herbie's Army of Pitchers.
Yes. And the power and I
Right.
think he said he paid a little more attention to batting average.
He did say he paid attention to batting average, but I don't know how much that made a difference. I really don't. You know, did he go from my 265 to a 270?
Right.
How much difference did it make? I don't know. I'm probably going to end up with like a 258 here.
Enough to win in certain weeks.
Well, yeah, we watched it happen last year all the time. There went Mike Trout. But, you know, I mean, I was bad at this 5 years ago. I mean, I was okay, but I was bad. You know, compared to how I feel about it now. And I guess that's why I'm on the edge of, at the top side of platinum, so I feel good about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a diamond. I never have been. Never made it to the diamond rank. What rank are you? You're platinum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we're doing all right. I may take a picture right here, my friend. See that Hunter Brown staring right at me? That means He could be on my team, my friend.
All right.
Someone took Hunter Green. Oh my. Think so.
Missed it.
All right, where are we at? We're still looking for outfielders, right?
You could use one here.
I'm not excited about any of these. I'm not taking any of these.
All right, so it's going to be a while.
It's going to be way, way a long time before I take one. Yeah, I'm down here.
Okay.
These are my guys I'm looking at. All right. So, given that, shortstop can be Pena, second base can be Colt Keith, catcher can be Jonah Heim. I'm basically done with bats except for a utility and a bench. So,
So you placed
we
up-
taking pitchers here, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
We're taking Freddie Peralta. How'd they let Freddie Peralta get back to me? How did they let Freddie Peralta get back to me?
I guess they just didn't need Freddie Peralta.
What are you people doing letting him get back to me? And now I want Hunter Brown. Let him get back to me.
Yeah, it looks like he might.
He might, but I mean, you never know. After that, what is there? No.
Sort of like a big dead spot.
I like Brian Wu.
Yeah.
Wonder if this is a good place to take a catcher if there's a dead spot. Let's see what we got going on for.
Still like an Ohapi.
We didn't like outfield. I like Shea Langoliers.
Okay. I had him in some leagues last season. What I remember about him is he was really streaky.
Yes, that's just a fact.
He would play so poorly that people that were paying attention to him would cut him, and then he'd go off and hit a bunch of home runs for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. How about look at these second basemen here? You tell me I need to jump on any of these.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you that.
Right? Shortstops. I don't need to jump on any of these.
Okay, I agree there.
He took Hunter Brown off of me.
Okay.
All right, what do we got here? Is he going to have the job? Didn't
Actually,
Estevez just go there?
somebody did. Got signed this week.
Okay.
It was Estevez, wasn't it?
Yeah. Huh. Wow. I don't actually want any of these players in these rounds.
Yeah, dead spot.
It's a dead spot for sure. That's maybe I will
So
take
you like
Langoliers.
Kudai?
I think I'll take Langoliers.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a good one. That works.
All right. So you took him over Ohapi.
Yeah.
Any particular reason? I know you were high on Ohapi
Well,
last season.
remember I'm after home runs right now, and I'm using last season as the marker. Yeah, Ohapi was hurt for a bit,
Yeah.
but Langoliers could be counted on more to get me home runs.
Okay.
So, let's just get a repeat of one per week out of them, and
Okay.
that'll
Fair-
do me fine.
Fair enough. I guess I feel like Ohapi's sort of.
But everything else is dead right here. There's nobody here that I want. I could grab them, but it's not helping my team. Whereas he does, and I can now. I'll probably grab Flaherty here with my next round pick.
So are you avoiding Jones?
Jared Jones.
Yeah.
I like Jared Jones. I'm not avoiding him.
Okay.
He's just not falling into the lineup. Looks like today. I don't know.
And we haven't talked about it, but how come you don't have any closers yet?
Oh, because I found some closers later on.
Okay.
Estevez is later on. Jason Foley from Detroit, he's available later on.
Okay.
Oh God, I still got a few rounds before they're looking at Alexis Diaz.
Okay. You still liking Fairbanks?
I'm still liking Fairbanks. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but I'm still liking him. Shoot, there's so many out there. There's like 7 or 8 of them that can be taken later on. So I'm not jumping at him exactly. But normally I would have one by now. But that's normally Robert Suarez.
Okay.
And they just took him a little earlier than I would have taken him.
All right. Well, since there's nobody else left that you want, I guess you could start working on closers now.
Yeah, we can chip away whatever I feel like. I don't know what's coming up. Jared Jones is still out here. I want Flaherty. He is not getting past.
So where do you think he ends up this season?
Okay, Flaherty.
Is he gonna? Because he's gonna have to do another prove me season, right?
Well,
One wasn't enough.
what if he went to Boston? Boston? No, Boston already passed on him, didn't they?
Well, and I don't think Boston needs him now.
Mm.
I mean, everybody can use an extra good pitcher, but I just don't see them.
All right, where do you think he might go?
Mm,
Well, they were in Jared Jones.
good
Where does
question.
Flaherty go?
How about the Blue Jays?
Yeah, there went Diaz. The Blue Jays, they're trying to put together a contender, aren't they?
They are, and they've been trying. You know, they can't sign the big guys. Nobody wants to go to Toronto. I'm assuming it's for the income tax.
Well, remember when nobody wanted to go to Detroit until Pudge finally did,
Yeah.
and then once Pudge Rodriguez is in Detroit, suddenly, okay, they built a team.
Mm-hmm. And it's got to start somehow. But yeah, and then the Blue Jays got Santander.
Yes, yeah, they're trying
So-
to assemble a team there, man.
But they've been looking at. I noticed they've been trying to trade for some guys too.
Yeah, they really are putting some. And who's going to be their closer this year?
Let's see, they lost Romano, but they
Right.
signed. Was it Sewell?
For Toronto?
Yeah. Who did they get?
Hoffman.
Hoffman. Okay, well that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's right. It was Hoffman. Oh, Kowser. George gets him on every team, too. I could show you his teams, man. It'd blow your mind. He's got...
There went Fairbanks, by the way.
yeah, I saw that. Who's that other guy he's taken on every team? It's like is it Mason Wynn?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's Mason Wynn. He's been... Unless he has a different shortstop. Yeah, he's got Lindor, so he won't be grabbing him this time.
Okay, so he does have a little bit of fluidity in his early rounds, I guess.
I suppose where you take Lindor, you don't worry about,
Finally
Mason Wynn
getting-
later on.
I guess so. So it makes me think that he's got some kind of spreadsheet somewhere that he's
Maybe so.
calculated, and he thinks he's got. I mean, these would be breakout guys, right? Mason Wynn.
I mean, wouldn't you rather have Nico Horner than Mason Wynn, though? I don't know.
Well, I've got injury.
Look at
concerns
Estevez
for
going with the 140th pick.
Oh, Estevez.
Wow, he's been waiting until around 200. People are finally catching on to what happened there. Okay, but this is the first set of drafts for the season.
Yeah, it's going to change up a lot for sure.
It'll change up a lot, but wow. All right, so anyways, let's go back to all players. I'm not going to stay on shortstops here. Okay, Steer, Volpe, or Keg, Rodon, I think I will take Flaherty. Most everybody else that I could take. Oh, there's Ohtani as a pitcher.
It'd be funny if Flaherty went back to the.
Did he
Tigers
take
again.
Justin Martinez already? Okay, these folks are after their fellas a little early.
It's a run.
All right, so let's actually keep him queued up. I'm gonna start looking over here at relievers. Do I take a chance that Urquhart keeps the job over frickin'
Look at that-
Estevez?
Look at that ERA and WHIP.
Yeah, people need to let Urquhart
I mean,
go.
Yeah, I believe they brought him on because of that ERA and WHIP.
Yeah, they're reaching deep to grab some of these fellas already, my friend. But that'll be fine. I'll play the waivers on the closers game. Grab a couple of cheap guys later, Foley and whatnot if he's there. All right, so where was I at?
You're about to draft somebody.
Oh, Flaherty. Yeah. Couldn't let him get by me. How do you put him in a do not draft? I want to make sure that if I get auto drafted for any reason, I don't actually accidentally end up with freaking.
So you have to do that when you have to edit your rankings and put people on the do not draft list.
Yeah. Nemo. How we love you.
And now Yahoo will let you import your
Look at Ohtani
draft
right
to
here.
another team.
How long
Your
before you think he'll be
rankings.
pitching?
I saw just
May.
yesterday.
They're expecting it in May. I don't know if I expect that.
Well, I thought it was very interesting when you were talking about, he's an MVP last season, but he didn't pitch. So what happens to him this season when he does pitch? And I know you predicted that his numbers are going to suffer on the batting side a little bit for it, and it makes sense to me because he can't possibly focus as much on batting as he did last year when he's got pitching to contend with as well.
Seth Lugo had a year, didn't he?
He did. Can it be repeated?
Can it be repeated? That's a fine question, my friend. That is a fine question. But maybe it can. I don't know. All right, where are we at? Second base. Boy, do I not want Bogarts. I want someone definitely other than him. I'm sorry. So I'm going to take Carlos Rodon against your better wishes.
Well,
I'm taking my strikeouts, my friend.
all right.
I'm taking my strikeouts. My ERA and WHIP are going to suffer a little bit, but my strikeouts are going to be monstrosity.
Okay. I respect
Now,
your
you would
decision.
not have taken Rodon right there. Who would you have taken?
In this same group,
Yeah.
I guess I'd have been tempted to take Gausman. And
Okay, I could see
hopefully
that.
that last season was just sort of a down.
But what would you have been
Season
looking
four.
at other than that, though? Would you have been looking at one of these bats? Maybe Ohapi or Castellanos. Maybe you're looking at a closer or looking for a reliever that you could grab there.
With what you've got so far,
Yeah. So
it's a toughie.
it is, isn't it?
Like, is Bednar going to recover? Because it's going to be hard for me to take him.
I want to remember that he's there.
Okay. And
Clay Holmes. It's going to be an interesting season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's wild that Evan Phillips is now going to be like
What is he going to
the
be?
third guy for the Dodgers.
But yeah, I'm gonna play the waivers for Jansen is gonna land somewhere where he's a closer, right?
Will he?
Yeah. He's eternally a closer, my friend. It's just who he is. You just gotta own it. Oh, so what's my pitchers looking like now? Sale, Cease, Kirby, Bibby, Peralta, Flaherty, and Rodon. I have now 7 starting pitchers.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
You can always cut Rodon later.
You tell me to cut him?
Well, you don't have to cut him today. Wait till you believe.
Yeah, nice, thanks. You probably want me to get Robbie Ray, don't you?
No,
No, you hate Robbie Ray, I know this.
I don't hate him. I just
You don't love
like
him, that's for
him.
sure.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, there went Gausman, okay.
This is sort of a dead zone here. I have to agree with you.
Dude.
Because you've got your guys you're waiting on later. Even your closers, it's hard to take right now. So,
And
I mean, I guess
50% of the people who are supposed to be closers today will not be closers by June. All those other guys are going to come off the waiver wire, so that's where you got to be watching.
yes.
If I'm drafting like this, that means I have to be watching for that, because otherwise I'm hurting myself.
Yeah. And it is tough to not get any closers on draft
Oh, it is
day.
so tough.
And actually assemble a team, it's difficult.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You can pick up 1 or 2 or even 3 guys during the season, but yeah, it's hard to.
Pardon me. What's wrong with Liam Hendricks, huh? I don't know. I literally mean that. What is wrong with him? See, there's Adam. Okay, if anybody takes over that job from Suarez, it'll be Adam. I mean, he'll be beating on the door.
Mm-hmm.
And who did the Yankees get? They got Devin Williams.
Right.
Who are the Mets using as Diaz? What do we have as a closer somewhere? Who's Washington using for a closer this year? We don't know. Do we know?
I don't think so. Didn't they non-tender? Let's see. I was thinking they non-tendered their closer from last season.
Maybe. I don't know what they did, man. I don't know what the plan is. What's wrong with Yimi Garcia? Oh, yeah, they got Hoffman there, and we're all just assuming Hoffman will be the closer. We don't know that Hoffman's going to be the closer. That's the rub.
Yeah, and who's going to get hurt in spring training?
Who's going to get hurt in spring training? It's a fine question, my friend.
I see Lugo's hanging around there.
Oh, there's another guy that I need to check off my list here. If he's still here. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Need to get him on the queued up list. Are you at all surprised that Yelich is still hanging around?
No.
Me neither. All right. Profar. Cool.
You gonna get you a second catcher?
I would love a second catcher. I mean, now you're talking right up my alley, my friend. But, no, I'm going to go ahead and take O'Neill. Fill out these outfielders and utilities we were talking about.
Okay. So, you still got second base and shortstop.
Pena.
Right, for shortstop.
Second base is Colt Keith or Christopher Morel.
Okay. Feeling pretty confident about that.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I guess the other hand is you're drafting them so late, it doesn't cause you any pain to cut them.
Well, I'm drafting one of them right now. Actually, I might take Blanco right now. If anybody who's watching me draft this besides you, they'd be like, "Are you freaking crazy?
Yeah.
You've lost your damn mind."
Yeah.
And you're going, "I'm used to it."
Yeah.
This is
I
what
know
you
you
do.
lost your damn mind years ago.
Years ago, man. Years ago. There went Kerry Carpenter. That's a good pick too. I like that pick.
15th round.
But I mean, I like Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah, I don't hate
See, as I was about to take Blanco, someone takes Blanco.
Mm-hmm.
See there?
Reaching down.
Should have taken him right before that. Oopsies. All right, well, since Pena and Swanson are all down there available, I'm going to take Tovar instead.
Okay. I don't hate Tovar.
I like Tovar. He'll get better home runs than either one of them, probably.
Mm-hmm. As long as he doesn't get traded, right?
He'll have a better batting average than Swanson. I mean, he might steal some bases. So that fills in that position nicely. Would have liked to have had Blanco, but I've got 7 quality starters. You know, all the way down to Rodon. I know you don't like that one.
That's okay.
That's okay. With second base, utility, hell, got this. What's a happening? But, okay, so coming up next, I still need utility, which that can be Ward, that can be Rhys Hoskins. There's Seth Lugo. Let's mark him down as a possibility, shall we?
I think we should.
Sanchez is still over here. Hoskins. I've been skipping over Muncy.
So what's wrong with Eovaldi?
Nate Eovaldi?
Yeah.
Nothing that I know of.
I noticed he hangs around down there too. I mean, I get that he's not Chris Sale, but I would certainly take him on my team.
Maybe people just hate him.
There's Barrios, you know.
Shane Baz. Jeffrey Springs will be back this year, too. There's Colt Keith. How?
Oh, there's Byron Buxton.
I could get Byron Buxton, and you're just now telling me about it?
Then again, that was who got non-tendered, right?
That's who it was. That is exactly who it was. There's Springs.
Yeah. It's sort of hard to hate Springs, isn't it? I mean, he had the injury
that's
issue,
pretty
but he
deep.
sure was lights out.
There went Baz just now. All right, what were we saying I need? Utility people?
Well, you
That's
were talking
anybody.
about utility. You got some queued up already. There's that whole closure
Oh, I like
thing
Matt
that you
Wallner,
haven't-
too. I wonder if Matt Wallner's still out there. Let's just focus on bats here. Ward, Hoskins. Don't know if Matt Wallner's going to be on here. There's Colt Keith.
Hey, there's that Stanton guy.
Giancarlo.
Yeah. He may only play 50 games,
Oh,
but
there's Wallner.
He'll hit 20 home runs for you.
Wallner's good for home runs, too. So, anyways, where are we at? They're taking all these other people, and I'm sitting here going, I'm not sure who I'm supposed to take. But why would I not take Seth Lugo?
I guess I would be taking Lugo.
I don't know.
For your, what, 8th pitcher?
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, I could take an 8th pitcher and have it be Lugo. I'm cool with that. All right, Army of Pitchers is looking pretty sweet, my friend.
So does that close it out? I know earlier in the week you had said you went 8 starting pitchers, 4 closers, and a bench bat.
I might skip the bench bat on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might skip the bench bat and just do finish out with second base and utility.
Okay.
'Cause that's all I got left, utility and second.
So would you use that for an extra relief pitcher spot, or
I don't
pick
know.
up an extra starting
Probably an
pitcher?
extra relief pitcher.
Okay.
But I mean, if I'm grabbing anybody for that bench spot, it's Matt Wallner.
Okay.
He's a home runs guy.
Yeah. And you're down into that low risk area.
Or I could grab Rhys Hoskins, who even coming back after his injury caught 26 home runs. So that's cheap power.
What was it? One year we broke it down and said it didn't matter who you drafted after the 12th round, wasn't it?
Is that right?
That
No.
most of your production was with those upper echelon bats.
Yeah, you're going to have some after the 12th round that were going to be useful, but for the most part.
You know, I mean, Rooker last season,
Uh-huh.
you know, that's definitely, but for the most part, you throw away a lot of these later round guys.
Rooker last year was amazing.
Yeah.
That was man, I felt so good about that as my pickup late.
And then I think about some of these other guys that we looked at that their names aren't coming up this year, like Nolan Gorman, and how about Newt Barr?
Lars Nootbaar.
Yeah, and you know some other guys that looked like they were going to be up and comers, and then they didn't up and come.
Mm-hmm. All right, over these batters. Where was Morel? Let me grab Morel up there. Because I might actually take Morel over Colt Keith for this one.
Just
Take a look at these numbers, man, last
keeping
year.
it fresh.
It's pretty good, right? Right?
Yeah.
And look at Keith. Ready for this? See the loss of home run production there between the two?
Yeah.
Watch again.
So why does
Look at this.
What
Numbers
is-
are about the same except the home runs.
yeah
More stolen bases. Shit batting average.
yeah
You know, but hey, guess what? I don't care about.
well and yes, but he's also going to the Rays, which
Oh, don't want me to pick him.
I guess I feel like they wouldn't draft him or pick him if they didn't see something that they could turn around.
All right, so I'm going to take Ward right here as a utility.
All right.
You know I like a utility outfielder because he can fill in for 3 positions.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And then you got Alonso that can fill in for 1.
Yeah, but he's power. He's 1.5 of some other batter. Unless you don't care about home runs, RBIs. And then you just, what are we even doing? So who's this Job guy?
He's got a lot of
What's
patience.
his story?
He's been waiting for his chance.
He made it through. His Tiger. He can improve. Wow. He got, okay, so he almost got to 100 innings last year. He might get up to like 140, 150 this year.
Why do I want to say, hey, Joe?
But okay, last year he pitched 4 innings, but only, so he's going to be a starter. He's joining the rotation. And I don't think he's going to get above 150, but his numbers look, I don't know if those are real. I wish I could see his minor league numbers.
That's a complete guess.
What are his minor league numbers?
It's going to be a little under a strikeout in innings.
AA. That was AA. Wow. Walked 38 batters in 73 innings in AA. But he had a 1.95 ERA. Promoted to AAA. He had 2 starts. How'd those starts go? They brought him up quick, so I don't know. I think that's not a great investment.
Me either. I mean, that control issue.
They went Houck, so he won't be on my team.
He was having control issues down at AA, but then he had a couple of starts at AAA and went on to the Tigers.
What are we doing there, fellas?
It's like, okay, I've got it now, Coach.
I'm ready, Joe. I'm ready.
I was throwing it outside the strike zone.
I know. Looking through these players, trying to figure out what do I want to do.
There's some washed up fillers in there.
Well, yeah, there's a lot that I don't want to do right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that I don't want to do. Can Liam Hendricks get the job in Boston? They're predicting he will. They're expecting him to compete for it against Chapman and Slayton. All right, whatever.
Seems like a wait and see kind of thing.
Seems an awful lot like it. All right, well, I can scroll through that forever. I got all these guys over here. These are the people I want.
Well, okay.
It's the people I want. You want to see something neat? When you look at the standings at this point, I'm down at the bottom. Oh, I should be lower than that. But you can add 34 home runs here. You can add 90 to each of these. So I'm getting close to my numbers because I still have one more bat plus a bench bat that I'm likely to grab.
I thought you weren't going to grab a bench bat.
Well, I think
you're just vacillating.
We're going to see where it goes, my friend. Good strikeouts, decent ERA, good whip. Got all the wins over here. So I'm getting the numbers.
Yeah.
And I've got a guy that's 2 guys that are getting me zeros. Flaherty and Alonso are getting zeros across those. So I've got a full, heavy hitting bat that's missing. And Flaherty's numbers here, that's another, almost 200 strikeouts, probably 12 to 14 wins. I mean, I've actually got a better team than it shows here by those standings. Even though I don't love looking at those standings, it still helps guide what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know how that works.
Yeah, you're looking for those 300 home runs at the end.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. But, that's the number if you've got one bench bat. If you've got no bench bats, it's supposed to be like 275. So, if I don't have a bench bat and I get to 275, I did it. All right, so do I want to take another starter? Wow. I think I do. And I think I want to take Sanchez.
Okay.
Talk me out of it. Damn it, you didn't talk me out of it worth a shit.
No, I didn't. You wreck your own team, friend.
I'm going to go wreck my team. But yeah. Yeah, I'll be watching the waivers from now until opening day to see who gets announced closer at a lot of places. You know, I'll be every freaking day, morning and night, looking at it. Who's got opportunities?
Yeah.
Did I tee him up? We know Foley.
It's like,
Who was that other one? We were Liam Hendricks.
yeah, for the Red Sox.
You know, maybe I grab Liam Hendricks. You know, what's wrong with grabbing Liam Hendricks?
I don't think there is anything wrong.
Who's
with
Porter Hodge? Oh, he was called up last year. Mid-90s fastball.
Oh, you don't like any guy that's got to work on his control.
I don't like
do
any
you?
guy who's trying to be a closer in Chicago anyways.
You don't think Chicago's going to be good this season?
You know what? You're making a good point. Because here's the thing. Do you know your best closers come from the middling teams anyways?
I did know that.
That's where you're going to get all your freaking... Man, that's the sweet spot,
Sort of
seriously.
like in fantasy football, you want that kicker that's on the offense that just can't quite get it in the end zone, in the red zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. So there I got a guy that should be the closer in Detroit. Cool?
Okay, that works.
Cool.
To start.
And then I'll have Adam somewhere along the way. Do I take Morel or Keith?
Yep.
Either one of them, they're like the same guy. You know,
That one of them may outperform the other.
depending on the category, right? Yeah. I mean, Morel could seriously suffer in batting average again, and Keith he might not take a step forward in his home run production.
That's true.
But I mean, he was a rookie. He's coming along, and he's the kind of guy who can progress to 18 to 20, I think.
Well, and once again, we're down in those rounds to where if he doesn't do so great, there's probably some other second baseman out there in
Well, let's assume
fantasy world that's going to be okay to pick up.
let's assume I take Hoskins as my bench, and he
Okay.
has 26 home runs like he did last year.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at the standings here. We'll add. Okay, so we had 34 to this, so that's 275 because that's Pete Alonso. So that's 275. We're at 750 here, and we're at 710 here. So we're approaching our numbers with two more bats, and we should get our numbers. But anyhow, so that's 275. Jesus, that's I already got it. And then if I grab Keith, I'm at. Damn, I'm gonna be way above my numbers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up above my numbers significantly.
It's a burden.
Wow. Maybe I will take Keith. You know, it's
Meaning that more upside.
well, it's a Detroit Tiger too, and you know how I am about Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Yep. You've been long.
That's all I'm saying. I wanted Kerry Carpenter, didn't get him. That's fine. I wasn't really going to invest highly in him. Army of pitchers had to happen.
You did get that. That was it, Foley or Holton that you picked up? Foley.
Foley, yeah, Holton's another good one. Holton would be a good one too. There is a fly.
Yeah. There's two of them
There's two of them.
flying around.
I see him.
Oh, there's four of them.
Holy crap.
There's five of them.
Jesus, bro.
And apparently they like beer.
Where the hell did they come from? Huh. Okay. All right, so there goes Aroldis Chapman. All right, that's cool. Take you some Chapman. Chump. Sad that I don't have anybody. Foley is my only closer. So right now I'm good for one per week.
Yeah. Long term, that's not going to be so good.
No, that's not really going to do it. That's not going to do it. But we're not even at opening day. There's guys going to emerge.
Yeah.
Look what just happened with Estevez. You know? Throughout all those mock drafts we've been having up until this, I've been grabbing Estevez all the time.
Right.
Because
Somebody grabbed him this time.
somebody grabbed him.
Yeah, I guess I'm concerned
With
because you don't want to not, you can't punt saves, and while you're very adept at picking them up as the season goes along, you're going to suffer at first potentially.
we'll see what happens. Oh, someone took Morel on me.
Well, I guess that sort of helps the decision.
That decision has been made. Huh. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
But I'm not the only one who has some faith in Morel to hit 20 home runs again. Why wouldn't he do it again? That was his rookie year. Or was it his second year?
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, either way, he's young. He's coming into his prime.
Hopefully.
No reason he wouldn't hit more home runs.
He's switching teams because he's disappointed, but he's got potential. He's got some pop in his bat.
Okay, so where did Morel go to?
Isn't he a Ray?
That'll do the trick, man. Tampa Bay does a good job getting young hitters to get their head on straight.
Yeah.
They utilize the power, and they get these kids right, man.
Yep, and they're pretty brilliant at it, especially pitching, but yeah, batting as well. They seem to, and they don't seem to just trade guys around. They seem to be interested in some poor performing players, but not just any poor performing player.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. Okay, we're taking Meadows there. I don't know, Meadows, I don't know. I love Detroit, but if I'm putting Meadows on there, I think I'm not feeling great about it. We'll take Keith to guarantee that I've got one of my 2 second basemen.
I understand it. You got your attention after Morel went.
When Morel went, yeah, that got me. That was a surprise. So now I need a reliever, which could be Adam, it could be Hendricks. I need 2 bench players, which could be anyone I feel like, except a starting pitcher. It really shouldn't be a starting pitcher.
It's because you're sitting on 9 starting
I'm sitting
pitchers.
on 9.
It's pretty good. I mean, even if you don't count Rodon.
But the
that's
thing
still
is,
8.
Christopher Sanchez is the bottom. That's the bottom of 9.
It's pretty good.
This is, yeah, that's quite a pitching staff, man.
It is.
Coming along nicely. So, I don't know, up next, well, what order do they come up here in the all players list? Do they even come up? Let's see. Dansby Swanson's still sitting there.
Yeah, I
Just
understand
sitting there.
why.
Just chilling. Hoskins right there. Yep. Someone took Holiday. Hendricks is coming up quicker. Oh, God, nobody's interested in any of my guys I got queued up. So I should get all 3 of the people I want.
So, which
Out
are,
of those 4, which 3? Right?
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
So-
Wallner would have more versatility than Hoskins. So I'll be taking Hendricks and Adam. But Wallner or Hoskins, and I think Wallner has more use in my lineup
Probably also has more.
because I have
upside,
otherwise I have 3 first basemen.
Mm-hmm. He probably has more upside as well. I think we know what we're getting out of Hoskins, which isn't bad.
It's like 26 home runs.
Sure, he's not a bad utility guy.
Wallner
But,
could be good for more than that.
right, and you get,
Let's take Hendricks.
You could lose a first baseman, but you probably aren't losing 2 first basemen during the season.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so all the bats are done. And we're on 2 more.
2 more pitchers.
Adam and Wallner. Adam and Wallner.
So
Adam
you said,
Wallner.
you said bats are done.
Yeah, but I'm having a bench bat. I'm
Okay,
talking about my
gotcha.
starting bats.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, Adam and Wallner.
Wallner and Adam.
Maybe in that order. I don't know if Wallner's on many people's radar. I don't know.
Well, neither.
I think I'll go ahead and take him. Next pick.
Well, and both of them are outside of that drafted guys. You know, 250 outside the 250.
Mm-hmm.
Hoskins, on the other hand, is supposedly inside of it, but isn't on anybody's team.
There's got to be some people that are panicking over their pitching depth.
You know, let's take a look at that.
Our pitching depth is phenomenal. We have like 15 minutes after the draft to look over everybody's teams and the standing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it nice and easy.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll get you to send me your draft, the whole thing.
You want me to email it over to you so you can review it?
Yeah, because I'd love to see what the other teams are drafting too. Because I've got the strategy I'm working at. I just want to see if it works or not. So a real live draft like that will let me look at it and see if it's at least close.
Yeah, I mean, you'll need to look at it, right? Because you can look at the entire draft recap.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for, is find my guys and see where they went.
Hello, Cupcake. How are you, my old friend?
Because I have some definite disparities between pitchers and what the Yahoo rankings have. Like, for example, I like Zach Eflin. I don't understand why he supposedly sucks.
Okay.
I like Zach Gallen. I don't know
Okay.
why he supposedly sucks. You know, most of these are later pitchers, but, you know, I like them.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I don't know, Zach Gallen? I do not hate him.
Yeah.
I do not hate him.
I mean, I guess if he goes too early, then I don't want him. But it seemed like where I've got him ranked is higher than where he's being drafted. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
Same with Eflin.
I gotcha.
How about Pepio? And that's how you say his name?
I have not been taking him.
Okay.
He's not been on my radar.
Okay. Well, I don't hate him as a late pitcher. I don't want him being my
Well, it depends
ace.
on how late.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, are we talking 18th round?
Yeah. Possibly.
Are we talking 12th round?
No, I mean, I'm talking him possibly as an 8th or 9th pitcher.
Okay, yeah, I got you. You remember I was telling you about that email I got from you that was actually from 2022?
Yeah.
One of the things in there was Scherzer went in the second round to your team, and I was going to be like, what the hell did you do that for?
I bet.
I thought it was from this year, and I was flipping out, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, what has he done?
Yeah, you idiot. Were you drinking and drafting again?
Dude. I felt so bad for you. And then I look at the date on the email, and I'm like, okay, why am I looking at this email?
From 3 years ago?
Right. I don't know how that came up.
Actually, I don't even remember drafting Scherzer back then, but
Well, you sure
obviously I
enough did. And I was like, what the hell? If that was this year, someone needed to be slapped.
Yeah, I would have to agree with
Just
that.
slap time. Slap-a-dap-a-doo.
And I understand people being skeptical of DeGrom.
Yes.
But why is he ranked that high to begin with?
If you think you're going to get a whole season of that performance,
Yeah.
you're just lying to yourself. You just, how?
Yeah.
What makes a person believe that he's back to...
If you're going to do that, then why not grab up Clayton Kershaw?
Someone just grabbed him.
You're kidding.
No. Someone just grabbed him right before you said that.
In the 22nd round?
Mm-hmm. I believe Scherzer and Kershaw both went in this round. Let me check this round. Let's see.
Well, I think this is certainly the area where you would.
Yep, right
take
there.
those
Scherzer and then Kershaw 2 picks later, 3 picks later.
Because I mean, I think they may both be effective. It's just that they might only have 5 starts this season. I don't think they're going to have more than 20 at the
Oh,
most.
do you think George remembers us? Because we were in like 5 drafts with George last year.
Yeah, it is hard to. You don't know how many owners.
But how
actually-
many people call themselves Random City Sports Ballers?
Yeah.
And I know that's George because I looked at the league. I was in it. I looked at a bunch of. As soon as he's in one, he's in all of them.
So yeah, I guess it comes down to how much attention does he pay to other teams, right? Because I mean, we all pay attention to our own team, but who scouts out the other teams? You know.
Well,
I mean, I guess your trades people do that. You know, I'm not a big trade guy, as you know.
no, I get that. I am not a trade guy either. I am not big on trades.
But what I find with trades is that most people want to rip you off.
They want to rip you off. They don't
don't.
want to have a mutual destruction.
Yeah, they don't. Where you just give them something they need, and they give you something you need. You know, no, they.
I
want,
have an excess second baseman. You need a second baseman. Let's do something.
Yeah. How about I send you 3 scrubs and you send me your best player?
Yeah. Here's the guy that I took in the 12th round, 15th round, and 27th round. And all you got to do is give me Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, I don't understand people, why they want to do that to you, man. It's rude. You know, you get these. I had people offering me in that points league because in that one I took Clay Holmes and Nick Martinez for relievers that are going to go ahead and get, you know, they're flexible this way. You know, I have room to work stuff in.
Sure.
And on that one, I've got a true army of pitchers. I'll have to show you that lineup here in a little bit. But actually, I can show it to you now. We're done here. Well, hold on. Let me check my standings. Look at this. We can add 90 to this because of Alonso. So that's 864. 34 was last year. That's his floor. So this gets up to 321.
Yeah.
Add 90 to this because that's Alonso. So we're over 900. Don't care. 103, only 38. I missed this big time, but I'm going to try to make up for that.
Yeah.
But remember, we get to add Flaherty's numbers to this. And what did Flaherty do last year? Let's just say he nearly repeats last year. 194. So we get to put this up to over 1,700. And he's not hurting this ERA or this whip. He's going to drag him down. Another 13 wins on here. Dude, I have dominated pitching. Absolutely dominated pitching. And I got my 850. I got my 300. I got my 900. I don't care about these two. I'm gonna have a good season.
So it's interesting to me that nobody's playing the army of pitchers in this league. Now, last season,
Oh,
I
look
saw,
look, Danny's definitive team. Take a look.
Okay.
This means he's got at least. Oh, where'd it go? So let's look at Danny's definitive team. Here we go. All right, see this? One bench bat.
Okay.
Crotchet, King, Ober, Ray, Arrighetti, Eovaldi, Cortez, Luzardo, and Yuri Perez. Dude, this guy,
So he went.
he went army of pitchers.
Yeah. And see, I'm seeing that a lot more now than I did in past years. Last season, I saw it several times. Then it came down to my power versus their rotisserie style.
Right, let's see what he
typically.
did for power. Okay. Albies, no thank you. Chisholm, fine. But he's got Suzuki, Green, and, well, Caminero's a good one. I actually think he'll get above 25. He'll be above 30, I think.
So he's going to chip away.
Nimmo,
at you home runs.
Rengifo. So I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's balanced his stolen bases. Let's take
Yeah,
a look at
I'm-
the standings here.
Yeah, I think this is a good example of a rotisserie style draft
All right.
for this.
So
category
here's the
stuff.
thing. He got to almost 850 here, right? So he got good numbers in his runs. But he's only got 245 on home runs, and I'm at 321. So I'm sorry, bro. If we wanted to, we could look at it by last year's numbers.
Yeah, let's do that just for fun.
Shits and giggles. Danny's definitive team. 736, 206, 715. Terrible, but great. Stolen bases, 157. I wouldn't say great. He's not going to dominate.
He's middle of the pack, actually.
God almighty, look at my numbers up here. These are awesome.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, if you could put
Look at this,
in for-
though. Look at this pitching for this guy.
So they're saying your ERA and WHIP is going to regress this season.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I think they're saying it about juggernauts too. Let's take a look at juggernauts on this year's stats. Juggernauts. Yeah, they're having serious regression for him.
Yep.
But yeah, I love that we don't have Flaherty's numbers in there yet. So now all of a sudden, I'm just like, yeehaw, fellas, try to catch up.
Well, and there may be some guys on their rosters that didn't show up too, that are not been picked up yet. Somebody got Bregman somewhere.
But think about this silliness, okay? This is silly. I'm predicted to be 7th place with the numbers for two of my best players. Alonso, those numbers aren't going to be in there under this prediction.
Right.
And the numbers for Flaherty aren't in there either. And I'm still 7th right here. If their numbers are in there, I'm 2nd. Actually, what is it for last year if we just went by last year?
Okay.
3rd.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know, man.
With regression
is
almost
amazing.
across the board. So
I don't know who this guy put together here.
And I understand when you draft a team, you can't draft last year's team.
No.
But I think it's interesting the amount of regression they're figuring in here.
Yeah, especially since I don't have a lot of players that changed positions or changed teams.
Yeah, right. And no one-hit wonders, really.
Mm-hmm. Flaherty, he showed he could come back from his injury. I mean, he did.
Right. I mean, I think that is the thing with him. He's always had the talent. It's just, is he going to get injured this season? You know, he didn't get injured last season. So that's the first time since, was it 2019?
Yeah, it sounds right.
So, you know.
So is he due? I don't know.
You know, how many years did we poo-poo Judge because of his
injury history?
And
now he's on my team. Well, let's look at something here with pitching, okay? Without Flaherty, I am 3rd in wins. I am 2nd in strikeouts. ERA's way down here, but that'll come up maybe here or here. It's not going to come up extensively.
No.
But the whip is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, technically tied for 3rd.
I mean, you're competitive in whip and ERA.
Watch this, though. You seeing this? I am not the bottom for batting average.
That is interesting.
That's weird.
No, you are.
I'm definitely bottom for stolen bases. Because I don't care about stolen bases.
And yet you're going to sneak in there and win it a couple of times this season.
I'm going to sneak in and win it 3 times, I'll tell you that. I'm after points for categories here. I'm taking. Oh, I was going to show you what my points league looks like. Did I show you what this team looks like?
Yeah, we looked at them briefly. I don't think I got a chance to actually look over the whole roster.
Go ahead, take a look at it, man. In this one, it's like fantasy football. It's points per. That's a wireless mouse. You can take it where you want. It's points per week, not like, oh, how many home runs did you have? No, you can get triples. You can get doubles. The points count. You know, points are points.
So I like that infield. Outfield's okay. Utility spots.
I was 9th pick.
Oh,
so
nice.
I wasn't going to be able to get, I ended up with Ramirez for 3rd base. At 3rd base, there is a cliff on the points leagues.
Okay.
After like 2 players, it is a cliff.
Now, I'll have to admit, I'm not totally excited about your pitching staff, but I also, you know, as you said,
I had to wait.
A point system.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to wait on pitchers because I want the points overall.
Uh-huh.
And under this model, when you look at the total points each person was supposed to get on standings and crap, I am top of the league.
Okay. So by waiting on pitching, it may actually serve you well since pitchers don't score as well.
They don't score as well. They just don't.
Yeah, which is sort of tough.
Yeah,
You know,
your
it's like-
points come from your bats.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you are somebody that likes offense, then this might be the league for you.
You know what's messed up is Ohtani last year was the only player to be over 2,000 points. And close behind him was Aaron Judge at like just over his 19 something, 1,900 something.
All right. Well,
And then it falls off.
so was Soto 3rd?
I think so.
But probably at like 1,700 or something.
I had a chance for Soto on this one, but I chose Ramirez.
Okay. because of the all-around.
Because of third base.
Uh-huh.
It's like having top tight end.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
gotcha.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to third base, if you go all the way down to where you could go looking for power instead of looking for points, you've lost a lot of points. So I was playing it like it's a tight end position, you know. Outfield is more like the running back position.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the powerhouse guys, the Aaron Judge and Soto, right?
Yeah.
But you know, Rooker, he's 600 points behind Soto, man. That's a drop.
Yeah, that is.
But since it's head-to-head points each week,
Okay.
and I'm not only competing against Aaron Judge, you know, he's got a whole other rest of his team.
So right, and it's not accrued like a rotisserie style. It's literally head-to-head points
Right.
each week.
Each week, head-to-head.
Football.
So it's like football. So when I saw that it was like football based on their rules, I printed out all of the player charts for catcher, first base, second base, third base. I had 25 players at a minimum at each position.
Uh-huh.
Outfield, I went to 100, and pitchers, I went to 100 for starting pitchers. And then I just went down these lists, looking at everybody's numbers and looking what kind of points they accrued last year, this year. And I started making my marks because you can't look at that. I was suspecting you wouldn't be able to look at it in the draft. And they don't have any mock drafts for points leagues yet. That's how new it is to Yahoo. They haven't even created a mock draft for it, which is disappointing because if you're going to have it as a pro league, a prize league, they changed it to, then you should give me a mock draft so I can get ready for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And since it's new and I accidentally bought into one of the leagues, how many of these other people accidentally bought a points league?
Yeah.
And they were expecting a categories league.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
So I was able to take advantage of that points aspect of it. And
so
I think a lot of people missed what was going on.
So hopefully you've gotten a competitive or even dominant team that might not be available next season.
Right.
As people start to learn the system.
Right. So I may have stumbled into one of the best mistakes I've made, and they'll figure it out.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out a couple hours out. As
Yeah.
opposed to
Oh,
the
dude,
very
if I'd have figured it out during the draft, I would have been. Oh, it's draft time. Why does this all look weird? What are these
Yeah.
points next to their names?
Yeah, is
Oh,
this-
crap. Am I in a points league?
Is this basketball?
What's the matter, Morgan? Okay, whatever. Got my dog over here whining. All right, so anyways, you feel good about that draft? Because I feel good about that draft.
I feel good about it.
Let's take one last look at it. Let's look at my team. I'm Random City Sports. I'm there. Langoliers, Olson, Keith, Berger, Tovar, Judge, Reynolds, O'Neill, Alonzo, Ward, and Wallner. Then we got Sale, Cease. We'll go Foley and Hendricks.
Okay.
Kirby, Bibby, Peralta, Flaherty, Rodon, Lugo, Sanchez, and Jason Adam.
See, I really like your pitching
The
staff.
pitching's amazing.
And then your batting, you've got some names in there that's like, what? But when you look at what you're trying to accomplish, which is your home runs and your RBIs, it makes a lot more sense.
All right, here's the question. Is that a championship team?
It's a playoff team.
I think it's a championship team. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. All right, thanks for tuning in.